Do it. I'm ready, bro. I'm ready. Very ready. Very ready. Man. Let's see. Look, man. So let's jump over to the Warriors side of things. Obviously,
Yeah, let's jump over to
I'm
my side. Good
I'm feeling
God.
good about Luka Doncic joining the Lakers. Of course, the Warriors were not without their additions during the trade deadline, where they
Yep.
added none other than Jimmy Butler. The team has been they've been running on all cylinders. I believe they've won their last 3 or 4 games.
Five and one over the last
Five
six.
and one over the last six. They
Yep.
came into they were at home against Dallas today, and they mopped the floor with them. It wasn't even remotely close. They look like a team that's got a lot of energy all of a sudden flowing through the building. Didn't look like that a few weeks ago. Remember we talked about this where Steph almost looked like he was just like out of gas. Didn't seem very interested. Not a lot of nights. And
Well, yeah, because we were losing. How do you can't give the night symbol when you're losing?
exactly. Well, that's the point. It wasn't winning. But now Jimmy Butler infuses a little bit more energy. Draymond's back out there after being hurt. He's running all over the place like a wild man. And even your young guys are out there.
Moses Moody.
Quinn Post, Moses Moody,
Woo!
Podwitzki,
Pajemski.
Pajetsky, sorry, whatever.
Podwitzki.
That's
Pajemski.
that. So man, how you feeling right now? How you
Wow,
feeling?
I'm like,
How you feeling?
I'm starting to question why we didn't do this in the off season. Well, we had the chance to do it. Who knows? Maybe it is different in the off season compared to now. Regardless, though, the Jimmy Butler effect is real. All right, this guy really enjoys being here. You can see it on the court. He's smiling, but he's also teaching these guys what certain things. There was a play where Pajemski didn't get the ball high enough. Kyrie ended up stealing it. Easy layup here. He tells Pajemski, hey, you need to get that pass up higher. All right. The Mavericks are playing small right now. And it's to the point where the Warriors are a larger team than the Dallas Mavericks
really.
today. And that is something you don't say when it comes to the Warriors small ball there. But this lineup that they've been rolling out with Draymond Green at the 5, Jimmy Butler at the 4, Moses Moody at the 3, Pajemski at the 2, and Curry at 1, it's working because that team can get up and down the court.
Yeah.
And it's having major success. But the one guy who's benefiting the most out of all of this is my man Moses Moody, who I have been clamoring for to see the floor more often and just letting him grow. And the man is growing before our eyes.
Got a game today.
He had another game today. He's taken that step that we have all been waiting for. The same step that we've been waiting for Jonathan Kuminga to take, we are now getting from Moses Moody. So as a Warrior fan, for all the questioning and the doubting, this and that, there's no more questioning here. This is the team that we are going to see for the rest of the year, and I am excited for it. And you know this as well. The only thing that could plague our teams, injuries.
Yep.
And they got to find a way to stay clear from that there, and then we're good. Kuminga comes back. They're saying that he should be back by the time the road trip starts. If that man's going to be coming off the bench,
he might be.
He's going to be. You can't plug him in right now with this lineup with the way it's working. Steve Kerr doesn't change it when it starts working well, and you saw that clearly in the Olympics.
Yeah.
All right, he rolled out the same starting 5 when it mattered the most, and he's doing that right now in a point where the Warriors are in such a spot to get out of this play-in tournament. They had to win these 2 games to get bumped up, and now they're looking as close to the 7th seed as possible. 2 games separate them from the 6th seed as well. They're right there.
Yeah.
And they have the 3rd easiest schedule in the league. And I'm sorry, that's not their fault. The league loaded them in the first half of the schedule. Like, your team is on a 6-game and 8-night road trip. The Warriors have already done that.
Yeah.
So every team's got to go through it. The Warriors got that shit out of their system early. They've played all the major West teams more than twice or 3 times already. So they get to run through kind of the bottom dwellers, like the Sacramento Queens. We get the Charlotte Hornets, who you guys lost to. We get them on, what was it, on the 25th.
It's easy, so, man. It's an easy win.
Well, you guys couldn't pull it off, so I mean.
It'll be for you. You'll be fine.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? So this is helping get the confidence of this team up. And you just see it just glistening. But the other thing, Quentin Post,
Yeah.
this man started in the G League, came up, and he's given the Warriors a different offense that we probably wouldn't have seen here. We have a stretch five who can shoot the lights out of the gym here. All right. And we saw you guys have all saw the clip. The man shot a three, helped block a shot,
Yeah.
dunked on two defenders.
Yeah. No, dude, I think
he's glistening right now.
I think your youth movement is what's really going to help carry you. I think having Jimmy Butler as an additional veteran is going to help. Just like you mentioned earlier, where he's telling guys, "Hey, let's get it together, tighten up."
Yep.
That's what he's doing. When you look at guys, Moses Moody, Podziemski, and like you mentioned, Quinn Post. I mean, these are guys that are doing their job. I mean, if you look at guys like Buddy Hield only had 3 points tonight. Wasn't much of an addition.
But the defense, he was good defensively today.
The Moody with 14, Podziemski with 17. I'm gonna struggle with this guy's name all day, and then Quentin Post with 10 off the bench. Yeah, man. I mean, these guys, they've got youth on their side. They're in a good system, and now they have an additional vet with them that's going to help drive it. You guys are looking good. I mean, you're playing Warrior basketball, which is the capability of turning defensive stops into quick buckets.
Yeah, that's the other thing I didn't even mention. Their fast break points is something resemblance of when they were running the league from 2014 to 2019.
Yeah.
So this is vintage Warrior basketball here. But the one thing I want to talk about the most is the way the defense has been flying around. They made it difficult for Dallas to get a shot off here. And you see guys like, you even see Curry in the post now getting rebounds. Podziemski is down there. Your two guards are in there fighting for rebounds here. And then they're running. Yeah. And they're pushing the tempo here. And this is all something that we've been waiting to see. This was the 12-3 team that we saw in the beginning of the year.
Yep.
Imagine if we've, sustained this for the most part. But I mean, the more games the Warriors win and look good, the more credit Mike Dunleavy gets for pulling this off here. Is it a 3-year rental? Yeah, it's a 3-year rental. But guess what? Durant was a 3-year rental.
Yeah.
And look how that turned out. And Butler's still a top-tier defender in the league. And he's helped the Warriors even get to the free throw line. They're shooting a ton of free throws, which we don't do.
That never happens. Never.
We don't do it. You know what I'm saying?
The Warriors are usually in the bottom of the league every single year for the amount of free throws that they take. So that's new territory. But then that's what you get when you're going to have Jimmy Butler playing on an island for most of the time. He's capable of. You have a player in your team who's capable of getting foul calls, because you got to remember, Steph Curry at his size, he's not going to get the call. And especially in the paint, he's not going to get that call very often. And because he shoots mostly perimeter shots, he's just not going to be at the free throw line. So, it's a huge addition to the Warriors.
Agreed.
Their defense to offense, the way that they're playing is reminiscent of the championship run. Remember they had to rely on, the kick from Jordan Poole whenever they went in 2022. And so who is that next guy going to be? The hope is that that's going to be Jimmy Butler. But you're going to need some help from some other guys. So Kuminga, Moody, these guys are going to have to continue to grow to the point that they're ready to play in a tense playoff game. And then I think that's when you'll really get a good idea of how good some of these players are when the lights are a little bit brighter. But they got plenty of time they got some time to build up to that.
Playoff Jimmy, we're not, we still are waiting for, as long as we get in the playoffs and we get playoff Jimmy, everything gets increasingly better for Jimmy Butler in the playoffs. Free throw percentage, shots, even his 3-point ability becomes that much more better in the playoffs, because he lives for that moment. And now he's going to get a chance where he doesn't have to be the guy on a playoff team. He's going to play second fiddle to Steph Curry. So imagine him having all that success and being the number one option to him being the number two option, but being that much more open. Oh God, the gates are open.
Right. Absolutely.
We're challenging you guys. All right. We're coming for you.
Hey man, we get that 5-4 matchup, man. I'm telling you, y'all got to make it to 5, but if we can get that 5-4 matchup, man, that's going to be a heck of a first round playoff game. I'll tell you that right now.
You know what? You know what would make Adam Silver even more happy? is Steph Curry versus LeBron James in the conference finals.
Would
How
be.
awesome would that be?
Yeah. Yeah, it would
You
be.
know,
It would
the
be.
face of the your two major faces of the NBA going off into the sunset and saying, "Hey, let's give it a run one more time." The Warriors currently in the 9 spot. I mean, they're only 5 games out to the Houston Rockets, and the Houston Rockets aren't all that. They're
They're
still,
up and down. They stumbled a
yeah,
little bit, so they actually fell behind the Lakers because they lost the game. Then you got the Memphis Grizzlies who dropped a game today as well. I don't know if that's been recorded in the standings. I'm looking at it now yet because
not yet.
that game just ended. So they're
Yeah.
gonna fall beneath the Nuggets into the 3rd spot. And then of course Oklahoma City, they can do whatever they want. They've got like a 10-game lead almost, so it doesn't matter.
But tonight, as you needed to bet, you needed Memphis to lose tonight, right? So you got your loss.
Yeah. Well, you need us to win on Tuesday.
Well, hold on. We also have the Wolves. We need the Wolves to lose right now. The Warriors have a chance to have gained ground on all 3 teams in the playing tournament by the end of the week.
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah.
They beat the Queens. We just got done dismantling the Dallas Mavericks. If the Wolves lose tonight, the Warriors are
pretty much tied for 7th.
Tied for 7th in that spot. Yeah. And then you trail the Clippers. Now the only thing that hurts is the head-to-head matchup with the Clippers because they're 1-2 against the Clippers right now. There is a legitimate chance that they could get the 5 seed. The only way they can look at the 4 seed is if your team starts taking a dump on itself violently. Like we're talking like somebody who shouldn't be eating food and then eat seafood.
We got some tough games coming up, but I think we'll be all right. We've actually played the Clippers twice over the first weekend right before the beginning of March or that weekend of the beginning of March. So be on the lookout for that. You might want to root for us. You know what I'm saying?
Look, man, there's one thing I'm never going to do, and that's root for an
LA. You
team.
might want to root for us because we might help you out. We playing all these teams except for the Rockets.
I will do that silently without showing any emotion.
We are playing Dallas, we're playing the Timberwolves, and we're playing the Clippers. Over the next.
But that doesn't mean I'm sitting there going to be like, "Hey, go the other team." Like, no, you will not. I will not do it, T.
Come on, man.
Hell no, I'm not doing it.
I ain't saying you got to be a LeBron fan. I'm just saying
I'm not saying that I need to be a Laker fan.
I want the Lakers to win this game because it'll be beneficial to me. My enemy is what is it? How's the saying go?
My enemy is your friend.
There you go.
No, you know what I'm going to say? I need. Well, I don't know. All I'm saying is,
the enemy of my enemy is
the enemy. Regardless, all I'm sitting there and telling you, I will not say go other team from Southern California. I will say I hope the Mavericks lose. I hope the Wolves lose. I hope the Kings lose. Doesn't matter who they're playing. I will not say it, dude. You will never catch me saying it in a million years. Till my death.
Calm down, man. Calm down.
Never come out. Those
All
words
I'm saying is that it would
be
beneficial to your team if we win a majority of our games over the next 2 weeks. That's it.
Will be, but you won't hear me rooting for them. Like I'm not